just be a queen.
Oh, thank you. We can't see you, but can we hear you? Woo! All right. So thrilled that you're here. Thank you. Thank you so much. And so what are we celebrating tonight?
Tonight. Well, thank you all so much for coming. We're celebrating the first multicultural intergenerational anthology, not only in Springfield, not only in the nation, but also in the world. So give us a round of applause. And have you seen the cover of the book? Yes. Isn't it gorgeous? Yes. Awesome. At this time, we'd like to acknowledge Narelle Thomas, the Athleta Ensemble member and multi-talented visual artist, who graciously gave us permission to use one of her compelling paintings for the cover of this book. Where's Narelle?
Narelle, get over here, Narelle.
Come here.
Work it, girl, work it. Work it. Come on down. And we have something for you, Narelle. This is Narelle Thomas. So we would like to present you with the cover of your book. You're welcome. When have you ever heard of a publisher saying, yes, you can design the book? Skyhorse Publishing deserves a lot of props for that, and for saying yes to Narelle's art, and we thank Skyhorse Publishing for their generosity in doing that. And we thank Narelle for giving us her art, and I bought the original, and she's not getting it back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Narelle. Can you find your way back? There you go. I want to acknowledge the fact that there are people that have come here from New Haven, from New York City, from Westchester, from New Paltz. Our audience reflects the people who live in our city and in our region, and we are so grateful. My first boyfriend from high school, Michael Thurday, drove all the way from Westchester to help me schlep. We were schlepping all morning, Michael Thurday, wherever you are. I can't see you, but you know that I love you. So we have, we have so many talented artists tonight. They also come from all over the region, and we're very, very excited about them, and you'll be meeting them a little later. Right now, we would like to acknowledge our elected officials. City Councilor Tim Rook. Tim, I didn't see you, but you told me you were coming, and I believed you. Where are you? Let's put the house lights up. Timmy, where are you? Tim Rook. Well, he's here in spirit, and he bought a ticket, so we'll take his money. And State Representative Cheryl Coakley Rivera. Cheryl, where's Cheryl? Where is she? Where is she? Stand up. We want to see you. Work it, girl. I know you're here. We got a friend who came all the way from Rhode Island. We got friends coming from Connecticut. It's unbelievable. Today you had the chance to have books signed by 12 authors. Just so you know, it's a first edition. The second one is already being considered.
And also take the time to also acknowledge our sponsors as well. They're on the back cover of the wonderful program that we have. We want to recognize Amherst Media, Mass Mutual, Alma, Bay State Health, Sodexo, and Aramark with those delicious hors d'oeuvres.
And Palazzo Cafe, Dr. Roger N. Buckley, and Tom and Ann Eisenman. And we have so many supporters, we lose track, you know. United Bank, TSM Design, the beautiful cover of the program book. Nancy Erbschot looked at my program book and she goes, it's beautiful inside. The cover could use a little work. Do you mind? I said, mind. It's a thrill. Thank you. We want to thank the CityStage staff and ushers, Coldbrook Realty, who had also offered us a space, but we knew there would be too many of you. So we're doing it here in CityStage, Nadim's Restaurant, and Collective Copies in Florence, Massachusetts, for giving us a really good deal on these commemorative books. And I especially need to thank the ferocious women who made this event possible. There was a team of 12 women who made this well-oiled machine that you saw in the lobby happen. And I'd like them to please stand. Please put up the house lights because I want people to see who they are. Can we have some house lights? Not all of them were able to be with us, but Samalid Hogan is one of them, and Samalid made all of the floral arrangements that you saw in her home for us. And Amherst Media, I never cannot say something about Amherst Media. Amherst Media, in full disclosure, the executive director is my husband. Jimmy! Hey, I know his friends are in the audience. Jim Lesko, since I began Teatro Vida with the support and help of the Latino Breakfast Club in 2007, Jim has been the person in the wings paying the bills so that I could do this work. And there would be no Teatro Vida without a Jim Lesko.
Don't I wish?
Mira, te voy a decir algo. He's got 4 of them. But Jimmy is so good that the wife of one of them said, it to me in secret, Magdalena, you got the best one. So now we have the great honor and privilege and pleasure of introducing Miss Arlene Rodriguez from GLSEN, the Gay, Lesbian, Straight Education Network, a national organization that supports LGBTQ youth and works tirelessly against bullying. She is GLSEN's Senior Director of Programs and External Relations. I also want to introduce Stephanie Blackwood. Miss Blackwood, are you here?
Yes, she is.
All right.
She's sitting next to me.
These 2 beautiful women drove all the way from New York City and are going home tonight because they wanted to be here and support Springfield, support young people, and support Teatro Vida and this book. To speak for 5 minutes. They came all the way from New York City. So please give Arlene Rodriguez your love. Miss Arlene Rodriguez.
I'm good. This is fine. Thank you. Wow, those lights are bright, huh? Buenas noches a todos. ¿Dónde están? Oh, míralos. Hi. Qué placer estar con todos ustedes. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. I want to thank the young people at Teatro Vida and Magdalena Gomez for inviting GLSEN here. It's an honor. I actually spent, I don't know, maybe a couple of hours with the artists that you're going to see tonight, and you're really in for a treat. I wanted to thank them specifically for using their talent and their art to raise an issue that really is awareness about an issue that's really destroying so many of our young people in Springfield, but across the country as well. You guys, you really inspired me just spending time with you back there. We thank you for compiling the book, Bullying. It really does raise awareness to the issue, but it also brings us hope, and that's really important. Springfield has been somewhat of a home for GLSEN for a while now because of our relationship with someone who you will meet very soon, GLSEN's national board member, Serdirna Walker. And also because of our support for the Carl Joseph Walker Hoover Foundation, which we've been supporting since initiation a year after Carl died. Carl's mother, Serdina, travels the country telling Carl's story. She also talks about her work with GLSEN, especially focused on the work she does trying to pass federal legislation, this Safe Schools Improvement Act. Now this is legislation, it's very simple legislation, that will require all schools to implement anti-bullying policies to protect all our kids, including LGBT kids. Now, I love to tell about this story because about 2 weeks ago, on GLSEN's Day of Silence, it's a very large day, hundreds of thousands of students take a vow of silence. They did it in 50 countries this year. They take a vow of silence to raise awareness about bullying for lesbians, for gays, for transgender youth, bisexual youth. And on that day, 2 weeks ago, President Obama gave his support to the bill that Serdina has been trying so hard to pass. So that's really good news for us because it really boosts our ability to get that bill passed. Now, as Serdina often says, bullying is not an inevitable part of growing up. It can be stopped, and we don't have any time to lose. At GLSEN, we believe that every child should learn to respect each other, regardless of their sexual orientation or their gender expression or their gender identity or any difference for that matter. We believe that difference should be celebrated, not ridiculed. And for 20 years, GLSEN has been the national education organization that has been fighting against bullying and working to create safe and affirming schools across the country. We're especially tied to Massachusetts. We started here in Massachusetts in 1990, starting the first Gay-Straight Alliance 20 years ago. We have a very strong community-based chapter that works across Massachusetts with schools. And we're also very proud of our relationship with MassMutual, which also supported this event. Thanks to MassMutual's support of our Safe Schools campaign, we've been able to distribute over 1,200 Safe School kits to all the middle and high school level schools here across the state, including Springfield. So, let me show you something. This little sticker comes with the Safe School kit. It says safe place on it. So what teachers do is they put this little sticker on their door. And that indicates to a young person who's being bullied and who's really struggling that they have a safe space behind that door, that they have a teacher that really understands what's going on for them and that supports them. It's really that easy to help a kid out. It's really that easy to change their life. We have a goal at GLSEN, a goal to get Safe School kits out to 61,000 schools. That's all the secondary schools in the country. We're about halfway there. So here's the pitch. You can help. All you got to do is go to safespacekits.com, you sign up, and you get to send a kit to the school of your choice. Help us get there. We've got a year and a half to go. Sending a kit to my daughter's secondary schools was one of the very first things I did at GLSEN when I started working there. My wife and I know all too well what it's like to see your child struggling with bullying. When my daughter first came out, Gabriella first came out at 11 in her middle school, and this was in San Francisco, right? Progressive city, progressive school. She really struggled. She went from being a kid who just really loved to learn and loved to go to school to being a kid who was terrified of going to school. And that happens for a lot of our LGBT kids. 9 out of 10 kids are bullied in school. The majority of our LGBT kids say that they're fearful, they're scared in their schools. And about 1/3 of those kids skip school. It's not okay. As a parent, I know nothing makes me feel more powerless than to feel and understand that my kid is unsafe. But we were fortunate, right? We had the means to move my kid out of that school and find a school where she felt safe, find a school where she could find the education, the quality education that she deserved. It shouldn't be like that. Every student deserves that right. I'm so proud to be here tonight to represent an organization that uses proven tools, solutions, and that partners with people like Sir Diener, right? Folks that are bridging the gap, the intolerance gap, so that we can work together to make sure that our schools are safe and that our children are safe. I want to thank Magdalena and Teatro Vida for organizing this event, for compiling that beautiful book, and for getting it published. And I want to thank all of you who are telling your stories, right? It's because we tell our stories and we talk truth about our lives. And to all of you that listen, that's the way we're going to make the change. That's the way we're going to learn to respect each other. That's the way we're going to stop the bullying, stop the harassment. So I ask you to continue to reach out, to extend your hand to a young person that you know might be struggling. It's not that hard. And remember that these young people, they're our legacy. All right? So let's make sure we do right by them. All right? Thank you so much. Buenas noches.
Mami, dame un abrazo. Gracias a ti. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we continue, we'd definitely like to ask all the authors in the house to stand up, and let's give them all a round of applause.
Authors. Authors. Bravo. Woohoo. Yeah, huepa. Beautiful. And let's keep the house lights on for this section, please. Look around. Look how beautiful you are. Qué belleza. Qué belleza.
At this time, we'd like to welcome Sir Diener Walker to the stage. Thank you. Sir Diener Walker, this is for you. We want to give you a gift of self-care.
I want to let you know, in here are beautiful products. Some were made by our very own poet who's performing this evening, Sarah Little Crow Russell. One of the things that she made for you is un agua florida. It's a beautiful cologne that Latinos use in prayerful and cleansing ways, but she formulated it specially for you. There are gift certificates. We were going to give you a plaque, but you know those plaques? It's like the fruit cup at the wedding. You can only have so much. So we'd rather give you fun things with which to take care of yourself. And if you don't want to hold this, we can put it on the side for you and give it to you later, or you can carry it and put it on the floor by your seat. But we want to just thank you and honor you for being a woman who is courageous, who is in love with all of our children, and you fight for all of them. You're a gladiator of love. And we give it up for this woman. She put bullying on the national map. Hello?
I just want to,
Okay, I'll hold the box. Make sure you get it back.
I just wanted to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You know, April is a month that I struggle with, and it was a happy month for us. My birthday's in April, and Carl's birthday's in April, but it's a month that is a challenge. And I did see Magdalena at Friendly's, and she gave me a big hug, and it really helped me out because I was really struggling. But You know, to the young people in the audience, I really want to tell you to hang in there. I want to share with you that it does get better. I want to encourage you tonight to not give up. Regardless of what has happened to you, people do love you and people do care for you. And you can see it in this room tonight. So I want you to be encouraged and I want you to enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. And if Carl were here with me, he would want me to tell you to enjoy your life. And it does get better. And that we do love you. And if you are struggling, please, please reach out to somebody and get some help. Because there is help out there. I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
We're not done yet.
Thank you so much. I love you.
Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Because what we would like to give Sir Diener now is a gift from all of you. If you would please turn to the last page of your program, we would like you to please stand and join us to be the voice of our children who have passed. Please read along with me. Dedicated to Carl Joseph Walker Hoover and to all the parents who have lost their children at the hand of violence. Y'all ready? Mm-hmm. Let your grief be short and your memories eternal. Remember the best of who we were. You keep us present by the way you live your lives. We did not die in vain. We are the constant reminder to live life to the fullest. Continue to be fearless as you stand up to injustice. See our faces in each other and live in the unity of justice, equality, and unconditional love. Be as fearless in joy as you are in struggle. Ignite each day with the laughter of a well-lived life. Be the fire of our souls, and we will always be with you. We did not die in vain. Do not live in vain. Be the fire of our souls, and we will always be with you. Thank you. Wait, I told you Mama raised me right. We can't forget the box. Sure she can. You are so welcome. Thank you, Haiti. And this evening, we have artists who are all here for the right reasons. Every artist on this stage tonight, they don't need venue. They have lots of venue. They have lots of work. They have busy schedules. They have so much to do. They have families. And yet they all made the time to be here, again, for all the right reasons. We will not be introducing each act as we will let the art speak for itself. Artists will come out after artists, and we will bring them back at the end of the evening so we can introduce them to you individually. But we will welcome our first artist, Eric Remschneider. How many of you remember the song, Hey There, Delilah? Okay. Eric composed the strings. He has been on 11 platinum albums. And he has come up to the studio in Teatro Vida to work with the young people. He is one of the most humble, kindest, and talented people you ever want to meet. And we'll let his work speak for itself. Please, let's welcome.
Before we do, I want to make sure to remind everyone, please, to minimize interruptions or distractions. Please turn off your cell phones or put them on vibrate. No texting, no videotaping, and no flash photography. And without further ado, we have Eric Remschneider.
Thank you.
My name is Eliana Albelo, and I am a Teatro Vida Ensemble member. I'm also a poet, and the poem that I'm going to be performing tonight is called Mi íntimo ser y mi ser. Cuando tus ojos, pintados con burla, se aferran a mi mirada. Cuando tus movimientos secos, bruscos, deshidratan sus almas. Cuando quieres que tus pasos lleguen al infierno en una sola zancada. Cuando rujas y los leones se acobijan en las palmas. Pretendes que mis pestañas se apaguen, que mi alma dócil vaya al compás de mis pies tambaleantes, cuando sigilosamente rozan tu viento manipulante que gira en espiral. Ay. So canto de tú. Hiciste un nudo en mis cuerdas vocales. Por mucho tiempo mi íntimo ser no pudo respirar. Pero hoy la esperanza me escribe, me voy a levantar. Escucha el susurro y tú saldrás de esos caudales. Y esa dulce voz me dice que aprenderé a sonreír, que si me enamoro de mí no temeré al rechazo, que honestamente sentiré el calor de un abrazo, que con tanto anhelo mi íntimo ser quiere construir. Mi íntimo ser me busca, me quiere abrigar, me regala la fortaleza que yo llevo dentro. Hoy tú no aterras mi alma y disfruto el encuentro, pues tus garras no enganchan, ya no sé tambalear. Mi íntimo ser y mi ser se persiguen y se abrazan.
There were witch trials that went on, and people who were labeled different or disagreeable, they were labeled as witches, and they were sometimes put under boards. And to those boards, stones were added, more and more stones, pressing down until they would confess. Back then, they had boards. Today, they have board rooms. This is called Late Again. You're late to every meeting, she snarled, with the smugness of a puritanical goodwife who just screamed, "Witch!" She waited for the watchers to pelt me with rocks and garbage, to brand my forehead with a scarlet L to light a bonfire at my feet. But rocks, garbage, and fire were not forthcoming, so she pressed her board firmly against my chest, adding accusations like Salem stones, treason by diversity, assault by cultural difference, conspiracy to commit voting. She demanded confession, but I chose death by suffocation, sole dissenter drowning in the lukewarm sea of their unanimous decisions. You know, bullying can also be a lot about what we don't do. This poem is from my student who was dangled over the second floor railing by the young Republicans. A world turned upside down, coalesced with terror's crystalline sharpness, Pepto-Bismol colored walls, dirt-flecked asbestos floor tiles, sweat-slick aluminum railing, slipped like an elusive lover beneath your grasping hands as the air filled with aftershave, acrid and curdled from the oppositional chemistry of their violent arousal and sudden panicked understanding that their heterosexuality is as fragile as the skin stretched across a bare knuckle. We were instructed to ignore this, but I have seen the microeconomics of hate, bones pushed through gaping flesh, matted hair wet and sticky with blood, paralyzed limbs in catheter bags, and when I climb the stairs, my hands bless the industrial hideousness of this railing that protected you from our failings.
When you're down, and you're down and out, when you feel like there's nothing but walls in your way, where the cobblestone, where the concrete, whether through the air, or you're with me, I believe that I would fall down. 'Cause I believe that I would fall till I knew that love changes, oh, everything. Love changes, oh, everything. Love, it changes right before your eyes. 'Cause love, it changes, oh, everything. Here is cold when you don't know, when that mountain seems so very high to climb. We'll lift you up, whether through the air, across the divide. We'll be the shelter when you wanna hide, yeah. 'Cause I believe that I would fall down. 'Cause I believe that I would fall until I knew the love changes, oh, everything. Till I knew that love changes, oh, everything. Let love surround you now and hold you in its arms. 'Cause love changes everything. You'll find peace somewhere down the line. You'll find peace in your heart. You'll find peace where they said that you would not find it. Won't you give yourself a start for your heart? Yeah. It gets better, it gets easier, it gets better, it gets easier. And I have been down this same path. I held my heart and I ran straight back. You need to know that love changes, oh, everything. You need to know that love changes, oh, everything. You need to know that love changes, oh, everything. That love, it changes everything. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Springfield, Massachusetts, Soteria. This next song is a song off my last CD, Suspended Disbelief, which I will gladly give to all of you out in the lobby after, because I just think this is such a fantastic evening. I don't know about you, but let's give it up for Magdalena Gomez, who I want to dedicate this next song to. It's one of my most special songs I ever wrote. I wrote it out of darkness, and it really kind of brought me to the light, which art will do. So if you are in that darkness, pick up a guitar, pick up a piece of paper and a pen, and write your pain down, because it really, really, when you look back at it, it really does heal all those wounds. So I love you all. The song's called Desperation. I am desperate, seeking a way from a told story, a mystery, given 1,000 chances. I am foolish in my pursuit of clearer vision, your mystery, given 1,000,000 chances, my love. What difference do the differences make if we share the same dream? When I hold you, when I follow you down, you say, slowly reach for me. I am desperate, I'm playing a fool, as I always do. Your mystery, given 1,000,000 chances, my love. What difference do the differences make if we share the same dream? Oh, when I hold you, when I follow you down, you say, slowly reach for me. For me. Desperation. Desperation, desperation is all I have, is all I have, and I'm waiting for you. When who do you feel? I said, who do you feel? And I said, who do you feel? She said, then you. Yeah, yeah. Thank you guys so very, very much. Thank you.
I always dedicate it to all the angels, to Carl, Joseph, to Phoebe, to all the angels. Didn't even know you, but you could have been my brother. You could have been my lover. You could have been my friend. You could have been anyone to die apart from reason. With last rites, your only right in this bitter frozen land. I didn't even know you, but I know your silence well. He took my love away from me. She joined him in a quiet hell. He took your life, did he take your pride? He's the demon curling up inside the hearts of those who speechless lie in dark and dirty cells. And I find it hard that you were named for a man who wrote about the birth of one who lived a life of protest, crying out for peace on earth, who when tempted by the devil said a thing profoundly odd, that we shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. And now I don't believe the stories from this book so old it starts to reek, but God is in us every time we bring ourselves to speak. I didn't even know you, so I'm feeling pangs of somehow wrong to martyrize you, analyze you in this, a stranger's eulogy. But I'm not blessed with sight divine. The only story I really know is mine, and each word is a small step in my journey to be free. For as I'm singing out this breath, hot syllables to challenge death, it may not warm your tortured skin like a miracle come much too late, but maybe I can chip away at this ice age of angry pain, replace my fear with a burning joy, weld a molten love out of my hate. I didn't even know you, but you could have been my brother. You could have been my lover, oh, you could have been my friend. You are one in too many who've died apart from reason. With last rites, your only right in this bitter frozen land. So my own experience with bullying was in elementary school, and I've never really been able to pinpoint why, but almost every year my report card came back. My teachers would say, "Arjuna marches to the beat of a different drummer." That kept coming up, so this is my song around that, and I send it out to all the people who are struggling in school and in every aspect of their lives, and it's a prayer for that. Snow falls off the cars to dance a brief ballet on the gray concrete before crushing to water under the tires of the next car in line. Seething with the traffic on Christopher Columbus Highway, all the bumps seem to me bodies bulldozed underneath, and now there's tragedy on the radio, a story breaking like hearts or like bones. How can we fix this? We already know it was built wrong from the start. And I'm remembering a girl with band-aids on both knees, surrounded by soldiers marching obediently in 4/4 time. She's spinning in circles, bad little soldier, humming her own tune, disrupting the line. This isn't what the factory owners had in mind when they founded the schools. Well, they wanted the upcoming workforce well-versed in reading instructions and following rules. In history, it's names and dates from patriotic wars. A She learns her heroes should be men who killed for more and more and more. Lessons from the dancer on the poster on the wall. Pink satin shoes hide bloody scabs. She never falls from grace. She learns the most from games in gym. Gotta run fast and always win. Careful who you let on your team. The fittest survive. That's how it's always been. Questions quivering, strapped down in multiple choice. She's a voice muffled, trapped like an insect in amber. Mouth stuffed full of sugary yellow crude rubber. They tell her is gold. Black and blue and red all over. Out in the schoolyard, she learns she is odd. And then she grows older and hears on the news how some kids tried to crawl out through a bullet hole. Yeah, there before the grace of God. So I just keep driving, listening to talking heads talk and talk, but they never say until we stop teaching that hate is okay. The sticks and the stones won't just go away. The ship has been sinking for thousands of years, still the band keeps on playing, invading our ears with the same tired tempo, the same keeping time. Well, it's time to bring in a different drummer, laying down counterpoint and odd numbers, a rhythm for kissing and dancing the blood off our hands, to the tune of America changing its lesson plan.
But her family had moved to Connecticut a year before us, so she'd already lost her accent. Actually, I didn't even know I had an accent until Jeanette and her brother Joey kept making fun of me every time I said words like orange soda and New York. Well, after several weeks of intense drilling, I learned to say orange soda and other words exactly like them. Mommy and Papi will start speaking perfect English when they think I'm listening. The little Spanish I knew, I didn't know what to do with. It's not that it wasn't allowed in our house, it just wasn't encouraged. So, in 7th grade, I took Spanish, bringing in all the catchphrases I had picked up at home. Except, I didn't realize there's a difference between what we learned in school, Castilian, and what we spoke at home, Puerto Rican Spanish. I flunked the first couple of vocab tests, mostly because I couldn't spell, and I constantly argued with the teacher about the existence of non-existent words like "espérate" or "a mi miro papau." I hated school. They didn't teach Angela Davis or Tilly Olsen or Maria Irene Fornes or Sonia Sanchez in my Connecticut public high school. We were lucky enough to get a taste of Lorraine Hansberry and Lillian Hellman. And they didn't teach me what to do with my Latina lesbian hands holding an American pen at that New England school. 1979, and I cried myself to sleep at least 185 nights that sophomore year, never knowing why. No amarillos, no coquito, no rice and beans, only in my mommy's kitchen once a week. So I wrote with a secret pen, closet writer, closet case, closet Puerto Rican. And hated Monday mornings and dated boys. I loved girls, but only in my journal. And learning how to paint my straight girl face was about as easy as learning how to paint the Sistine Chapel without a palette. I dated boys. I loved girls, but only in my journal. 1980, and I, half waiting for Mr. Right, wondered what it would be like to salsa with Elena or Kate instead of Jose or Biff.
Here's Biff.
Junior prom came and went without me. I was home alone in my closet, writing and dreaming of Elena and Kate and Marisol and Grace. I dreamed I was their date. Merengue, salsa, hustle, bump to bump, neck to neck, eyes to eyes, lips to lips, breast to breast. I didn't really know how to dance. In my mind, in my closet, I wore spaghetti straps and stiletto heels. It was so fly I didn't even feel the sting of the wasps. 1981, graduation's here. And who cares when they're force-feeding us Reagan? I stopped dating boys that June, 1982, and I fell in love with you and gave birth to the secret thoughts that until then had resigned themselves to the permanent residence inside my head. Yet, Mommy said it was a sin. So, I started dating boys again. Or day, my own people saying, "You're so white," or "You look so straight." Gringa, blanquita, la niña bonita. They tucked me in under a blanket of insecurity. A Puerto Rican sister pushing timeshares. Condos on this Isla Verde beach, as fast and slow as dope. My sister, lighter than me, has no huevos to speak. You must have some of that pure European blood in you, like me. I'm not like you, I think. Who would want more of her so-called pure European blood that contaminated history with transfusions of imperialism? Conquistadores, conquerors, conquering, raped a people, a land, and a culture. I think. So disarmed by my thoughts and fear, how can I let the words out? Nenita, tenemos todos en mi familia. We have every color of the rainbow and more in my family, honey, I suddenly shout. I am a Puerto Rican lesbian. I think. But I'm tired. I'm so tired of having to defend my light skin, my Anglo-looking face, my New England education, my accentless accent, my Spanglish-laden Spanish, my long straight hair, and my flat ass. Two voices in the night or day, my own people, and you, tired. I'm so tired. I don't remember the exact moment I got in. It's all a blur. One moment I was chopping sofrito for my girlfriend's omelet. One moment I was loving her. One moment I was loving myself. And the next, I was out. I mean, I was out, but not really out. I mean, I was out like a light. Out like a light on the deconstructed Bruckner Expressway. At 22, I still had La Gana for New York. So I uprooted myself from Connecticut to blossom in Manhattan's Upper East Side. The Upper East Side? What the heck was I looking for there? The only Puerto Ricans were nannies and doormen. And there were no lesbians or rice and beans at the food emporium. You couldn't even get Coral Gardens, I found the flower of my dreams, Maya. She was the first Puerto Rican Dominican I'd ever met, and I couldn't resist her long as Crystal Gale's hair, which I soon found out was a weave. A year later, I still haven't found my roots or hers. I moved from Brooklyn to Staten Island to Chelsea and landed in Hoboken, New Jersey. Funny thing was, I found a lot of Latinos there, only I couldn't speak to them. All is not fair in food and beverage, you tell me, as one of your co-workers, one of my Latino brothers, repeatedly stabbed you with the butcher knife of ignorance. I heard a dirty rumor. I heard a dirty rumor. I heard you don't like men. Is it true? Is it true? You into women? The taunting tone demands. Somebody saw us kiss last Friday morning when I dropped you off at work. Somebody saw us kiss when I dropped. Your heart pops to the chopping block. Prime cut roast rump, he craves to slice it up. Your mouth is raw with fear and anger. I'll kiss anything that walks, is all you can retort. Your coworker, licking his lips, his eyes affixed to your breasts, secretly desires to puree, strain, and taste test. Why do you like that? Why do you like that? Why you? He asks incredulously. But other customers await. Your coworker zips up his machismo and walks away. This time. At home, alone, you cry first all the words you could not say to him, then pick up the phone and dial me. In a calmer state of mind, you surmise it all comes down to pride if they can't control you. But then, your next breath remembers the fear. Maybe I should just get married and have kids. My heart momentarily plops to the chopping block, then springs back into place. You can marry me and have kids, I boldly state. Really? Yeah, really. But some homophobe saw us kiss last Friday morning. So I'll drop you off at the corner and kiss you at home.
Hands are such powerful tools, made for many things. A simple gesture, like a pat on the back or a hug, can change a person's life. Hands are made to create. They have the power to control your creations. Your hands have the power to create art. Hands that help, heal, care for others. Hands that question, that play instruments. create another language. Your hands can teach. I want to do with my hands what my mother did not. Hands are a gift to be appreciated. Hands talk, and they have a lot to say. Hands can give gifts and receive them. Hands can inspire, motivate, even lead people to freedom. Why would you want to use them to hurt?
My hands, strong, thick, articulate.
My silence can also speak.
The system is designed to keep me oppressed, stressed, depressed, and hating with so much negative energy around, it seems like no way out of this dark city. I feel, I don't know what I feel. As I look around, a sparkle, like the shine on a blood diamond. My twin, similar story, different path. Though I don't know his name, I understand him. The pain of growing up with no role model in an environment that is mentally harsh and physically lonely. Just cope is what he's told. Don't cry or show any emotion. Be a man. Just cope. But this only makes him more confused and angry. And his face is pain and no clue how to release it. I wish I could whisper in his ear. Let it out. Scream and shout. How can a boy learn to be a man without a man in his life? What has this world come to where a lost soul cannot cry for help? When will this generation of love child end? I don't know, but until it does, I'm gonna finally say hello to my twin.
It's all in the intention. Words, gestures, body language, response. Things can change a lot with intention.
You, a reason to hate. I, reasons for joy. You, another who disdains. And I, the desire to fight. You, a hemorrhagic sorrow. And I, a light that heals. You, I, one step forward, back, a short distance, a long walk. Blood unifies us, but freedom separates us.
It bothers you that I can fly, and you don't even know how to walk. You fight with death, and I fight with what I live. You keep covering the truth with a mask, and I cover the mask with truth. Your chains can no longer restrain me. My power is so much more. Stop fearing now my light, and fear your own darkness. Leave the prison, and join the fight.
We work for a peaceful world, but the hands of war surround us. Bullying is a kind of war. Some are wounded, some die, some take their own lives. Some become bullies and others become victims for the rest of their lives. We must never forget.
I wonder what it's going to be like today. My big teeth, where I'm from, my physical appearance, my hygiene.
If I had a bad day, you will have a bad night. I can make it. It's like you think everyone is talking about you. You become suspicious, afraid. To lose faith in your friends. But even better, to lose faith in yourself. I love it.
I remember when I was in the 7th grade. That's when I saw him for the first time. He was my usher, my Shakira. And then all these negative thoughts started running through my mind. Am I too fat? Am
I'm afraid of who I might become. I'm afraid of being myself. I'm afraid of what others might say. I'm afraid of their eyes. I'm afraid of their hands. I'm afraid of my own power.
But in your mind, in your body, in your very cells, in every breath. I love it. You, don't you dare to go to the library and read. And you, don't even think of working hard at school. Mira tú, cuando la tía te veo en Facebook. Please play video games all day. Please watch TV until you fall asleep so I can get back into your dreams. You're getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
What a waste. What happened to you? You used to be one of the smartest people I know.
Don't make me tweet at you.
Go ahead. We love the publicity.
It's all in the intention. Words, gestures, body language, response. Things can change a lot with intention. I'm a soul, a caterpillar, fragile, so hold carefully.
I am strong-minded, but my eyes are closed locked windows, so no one can get in.
My body is under attack, like a soldier in a war. I learned how to fight back.
People, bullies, even friends sometimes become mobs. Some run, some hide, some join.
I'm a caterpillar, ready to emerge. I watch, observe the rudeness, hate, the sadness people endure. I do not want to become a bully.
I am a butterfly. Let my colors fly.
I am rare among my kind.
I'm as strong and willing to fight for what is right.
I am a butterfly, and you are a moth, eating away at others' happiness.
I'm a butterfly, willing to fly.
Instead of introducing myself right away, I just want to express how grateful I am to Magdalena Gomez and Teatro Vida, which in my opinion was the most impressive and beautiful young adult theater program I've ever seen. The kids are so present and empowered and inspiring, and I just think I'm actually quite jealous. I wish I had a Teatro Vida myself. I grew up in a kind of a Pleasantville scenario, upper middle class, mostly white town in northern New Jersey. And because I couldn't make a layup in basketball, I was the faggot, bitch, homosexual, every kind of homophobic and feminizing terminology. And it really bothered me. And these kids that called me, the jocks, they walked around like Greek gods, the teachers, the whole administration, and the whole social structure of the town really loved them, so much so that later I learned in 1989, the football team raped a developmentally disabled girl. And instead of standing prosecution, the town said, oh, these are our guys. They wouldn't do that. And it took me a few years to realize that these guys, our guys, were the same guys who came to the New World, the conquistadores, in 1942 and murdered millions of indigenous people from civilizations in North and South of America. The same guys who killed millions of homosexuals and Jews in the Holocaust, or killed the Pequots not too long from here in Massachusetts, or our GIs who committed atrocities in my life. This is the meaning of an identity that finds its empowerment of the oppression of another, and it's my hope that that identity will soon be irrelevant. This is a tune that's dedicated to the woman who has suffered the crimes of my old peers, and it's her name, she prefers to be referred to as Leslie, so this is Blues for Leslie. It's about her suffering, but also the overcoming of that suffering. So, thank you.